Hey everyone, it's VM Campos Magic Fan. Welcome to another streaming Saturday. How are you all doing? Welcome to the stream. It's time to play some Magic and do other stuff. Let's do our rundown of our cameras. Here's the game cam. Oh, I need to set... This is why I do it, because I need to set, for example, the stream schedule. What's our schedule today? So we're going to do gold digging. Yep. Then we're going to do a cracker pack. Yeah, I've got a crack to pack. We'll do that. We're going to do a draft. We have to see which drafts are available. I'll look at that in a moment. Snack chat. We can do a snack chat. Brawl and ladder. Yeah, something like that. I think that'll be our schedule. Then our amazing cam is right here. Looks okay. Color looks a little bit weird. My microphone shows up right here, but I can't really hide it from the stream unless I move it to the side, but then I might not be as hearable. Welcome, Stevie. How are you doing? So, whoops. Let me move this cable. And what else? Next, full screen cam. Full screen cam looks fine. There's my empty cup, perhaps. But full screen looks okay. Not my hair, though, but we'll manage. Then we've got the web browser. Switching over to the web browser cam. That seems to look just fine. Web browser cam, and then the card cam. Yep, all the cameras are good. That'll be our crack-a-pack for later on. I got a theme booster of the best color. I forgot to say, I probably ask every week and stuff, but what's everyone's favorite colors of Magic in order? So tell me in order of all of the colors. Let's make it even more complex. All of the colors are the white, blue, red, green, black, plus artifacts, plus lands, and multicolored. There you go. So tell me in order, what do you like? How do you like the order of all of the colors? As I said, I'm sure I've asked before, but why not ask one more time? Ooh, I got the 750 gold. Okay, we're going to do our gold digging. To try to get our gold, cast 30 black or red, and then cast 20 blue or red. Okay, so if I play with something red focused, I should be able to get those two pretty quickly. The only thing is what mode to go into. Well, just to get it, I was about to say, was Arena about to crash? To get this done quickly, my mono red Gadrak deck, I'll play with that one. It's got dragons, and it's all about red spells, so I think that'll help me get to my... gold the fastest, perhaps, although it is taking a moment. Oh, there we go. Finally matched us up. There's Zimone. Quandrix colors, green and blue. Something about card draw. Oh, I forgot I put Aya Vecna in this deck. Okay, I can live with this. They go first, though. Underworld Fire. That'll only do 1 damage, and I believe she's a 2/2. She's a 1/2. Alright. So they're going to be able to bring out their commander right away. As for myself, I'll have the ability to... Okay, I can shock. Okay, so unfortunately, let's see if the opponent doesn't quit in a rage, because I do have a shock in my hand, and if they summon their commander right away, I have to deal with it. Yep. Okay, so let's see if the opponent doesn't rage quit, because that happened. As for myself, next turn, Eye of Vecna to start drawing cards. After that, I can bring out Gadrak. Should I bring out Gadrak or draw cards? Now I'll bring out Gadrak. pausing on 2. Probably just a card draw spell. If Gadret gets cancelled, I guess that's fine. It's not a very expensive commander to bring back. Okay, didn't do it. Maybe it's a bounce spell? Yeah, it's a bounce spell. Who cares? That'll just go back to my hand and I get to pay for it for free. They're gonna do the massive big brain concept of keeping it in their hand until the right time, or are they going to play Zimone again? I don't have any spell to deal with Zimone, but nope, they'd rather do that one. Okay, perfectly fine. Let's draw an extra card. Exile that borrower. Okay, that's a 5/5 Hydra. Do I have a way to get rid of 5/5 Hydra? If a creature would deal combat damage, blah blah blah, whatever. Okay, I have an answer for that. Next, I can play my Eye of Vecna. Oh, so they want Zimone. Now let's bring out this. Let's bring out this Haste Dragon that makes treasures. Oops, it's pausing there. Is that going to be a bounce spell? Which I guess. It must be a card draw spell. And then with that one thing that I keep forgetting about the Goldspan Dragon is that all of the treasures now give me double treasure, which is amazing. Every treasure is worth double treasure. So Stevie, did you see the that I noted on our Discord that the this is gonna be nice. That they did add grizzly bears to Arena. All right, unless you have air defenses, this terrors and flying dragons are gonna be pretty strong. You have a big old scary 6/6, which I don't care about. Are they finally gonna get Zimone to do what Zimone does? Which is what? You may play an additional land card and draw a card. Oh no, that's one of those amazing spells. One of those fight spells. I guess they could do it again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Serpentine Curve. Another one of those. Who cares? 7, 8, 9. Yeah, let's draw another cards off of that. Is lethal in the air unless they have some kind of something to do in the air. So how do they make all of these fractals right here? Serpentine Curve, Leyline Invocation, Kiora, Do Not Care. Attacking me in a mad rage, huh? Math. Well, let's just show off with a even more damage over here. -10 damage. Twitch. Kiora Bests the Sea God is one of my favorite enchantments, but it was a little too late. They were about to steal anything that they wanted 3 turns from now, but got a lot of air power, so it didn't quite work for them. My YouTube control panel doesn't look like it's registering properly. It is, there's 0 viewers, but we have some viewers, right? Say hello if you're there. I don't know why. Let me do a refresh. Twitch seems to be fine. That shows things. I'm surprised. Twitch is always a little bit iffy compared to YouTube. I hardly ever see this. What's this one called? Like Dread Malkin or something? Mordenkainen, that's it. Alright, I go first. Turn to Maze of Mind, winning. Okay, a lot of artifacts there so that I can bring out Gadrak. Now I'm playing mono blue, so there's already some annoyance there. As we will see, probably a variety of counter spells. What else does this card do? Oh, it's a Planeswalker. Draw some cards and put a card from your hand on the bottom of your library. Create a dog. This is equal to twice the number of cards in your hand. And then exchange your hand and library. Okay, well, it's kind of a meme. It's kind of a meme Planeswalker. I don't really see too much value in it. But we'll see where it goes. So they will probably pass with double blue untapped mana. Obvious. Mage is obvious, but it was pausing for them, so it's probably a card draw spell. I hate playing around all of these counter spells. I don't think I'm going to play this opponent very much if they just kind of just continue with counter spells. It's kind of a waste of time, right? Must be a new player if you don't know what spinning wheel does. There we go. So let me take my turn over here for a moment first. Do I need that extra land? Yeah, kind of. Yep. So not only is it a blue player, but it's a slow blue player. Is there anything worse? Alright, so next turn, I'm going to try to play my altar. So the thing about it telling us is this. Did they top or bottom? It only appears for a moment and then it disappears. Oh, wizard class. I guess they are playing something. Still have a double blue. So it didn't pause on my artifact, but it did pause on Gadrak, so is that a counter a creature spell? could be a Brazen Borrower. Well, Vivek, I need to call a judge on you for slow play. Doesn't really take that long to plan your plays. But this bounces back to the hand, then they'll probably hold the counterspell for next time. They're about to tap their 5th. They can also... So these classes are only as a sorcery. I guess next turn I'll try to cast Gadrak, and if it gets countered, I guess we'll see. So they'll have 4 mana. We'll see if they spend on their class or pass it. Okay, they're going to spend on their class. Fine. Draw 2 cards. Pretty cool. I will cast my Terror. Because then it can do damage once it gets summoned. Let's see if they cast their Planeswalker next. Frost Tricky. Okay, fine. I will tap my creature. No worries. Do we have one more land play? There's a wall. Fine. What else is coming here? Egg. Yeah, I need an artifact. So one cool thing about Gadrak is that it can still do stuff even when it's not doing stuff. And then there's another dragon. Nice. 5th mana, is that enough for your Planeswalker? Will you expose your Planeswalker to the might of my dragons? I think they're reading it and they're not really going to be able to protect it because I've got these flyers. And then choose one, return this or blah blah blah. Okay, let's see what the dice says. Pretty good. Put it on top or bottom. Yeah, put it on top. I want to cast it again. It's a good card. As a matter of fact, let's draw it right now. Ah man, that's when the counterspell will kick in. I bet it's going to be the counterspell about paying for the extra. Well, that was extremely lucky. That was extremely lucky. I do that all the time on accident where I don't play my land, and then if they play the counter spell that requires mana, I don't have the mana. I did it again, but I was so lucky that I actually had a treasure. Oh, there's Ymir. Ymir. But that's not a big deal. I doubt they'll block that. And then Ymrith can draw cards, but who cares? They will block. Okay, I can live with that. 2 treasures from 2 critters dying. 7 mana in total. Is that enough for the for the Kiora Best the Sea God. If they're playing mono blue, they probably will have that. And then they got one of the living lands. People love these new living lands. They're good because you need to have here's something fun I can do. So obviously, fine. So stupid. So even if you yourself fly, that happens, huh? So I have flyers, and then they rely on flyers. Let's see if they get a mind flayer or something like that. They are thinking very hard. I know what they're going to do. They're going to steal all my stuff because they keep reading everything. Opportunistic dragon isn't doing too much interesting at this point. It can steal a human or an artifact, and they have neither. So right here they'll want to attack. Alright, here's what I'll do. Scorched Earth policy. We'll just have this attack. They're probably going to quad block with those fairies, which is fine. Oh, single block, okay. Do a little bit of a board wipe. I have the advantage, perhaps. Finally got your Planeswalker out. It's going to be a 6/6 dog. Actually, now a 4/4. Oops, then they bring it back. Wow, such amazing strategy. Then they're going to attack with the 3/7, draw one more card. That'll be a 7/7. No, that'll be an 8/8. Dog in the air. Is their plan finally coming together? They wouldn't really lose too much if they do attack me with that 3/7. They would draw them a card, then they'd have an 8/8 dragon on the floor. I mean, that dog on the floor, and then maybe they're thinking that I might torch their Seeker. So how's everyone doing? Any cool stuff to talk about? I wonder if they could ever put the technology to when someone loses connection for the opponent to get a message about that, because this has got to be that the opponent lost connection. Yeah, because there it is. My turn, or did they pass? Well, I guess that's the big strategy that that opponent's trying to do. They're just trying to get a huge creature. Thassa's just gonna bounce that Seeker over and over, so yeah, I'm done with this. So once again, wasting my time with a blue mono blue opponent. I knew that it was a waste of time in multiple ways. Slow play, then you have that combo, and it's just such an auto pilot combo. Get Thassa out and some creature to give you value. So boring. Just the most autopilot way to play. At least they didn't have any counter spells. They did have some of those bounce spells, but Fire Prophecy only hits creatures. Fighter class, that's fun. People are liking playing the classes a lot. People have liked to play the classes a lot. As for myself, I'm going to set myself up with some card draw. If they play that equipment, Dwarven Hammer, here's their 4th mana, which will be, they can create a core. Oh, fine, you're gonna waste your time with that. Dueling Rapier, auto equip. Heliod takes their turn. Alright, 3 damage to any target. Finally got their 4th mana. They'll create a core. They will auto-attach the rapier or something. They have 2 equipment, so they can deal 4 damage. They have enough mana to start to you have enough mana to start equipping all of that equipment. Hey there, Team Teaks, how are you doing? I'm trying to play with my mono red dragon deck. My opponent's got a lot of critters. I'm dead next turn, I suddenly realized. There's only one card that can save me. Let's see if that one card can save me. I'm going to draw 2 cards. Hopefully one of those is the card that can save me. Come on, card that can save me. No. And yes, there's the card that can save me. Yay! Let's be mana efficient, however. 3 mana for that. Then that. Then save me. Crunch. Oh, that was kind of devastating. Kind of a mean play, but I have 7 life. So how's everyone doing on this fine Saturday? I know I have some international viewers, so if it's not Saturday for you, you do you. Firebrand Charger. Equip something. So what do I want to do? I guess I want to bring out this huge dragon. Pennant. No more. Here is a 5/5. Can further cast drawbridge. Okay, there we go. So double strike with terror. What do we have in store? They can equip that. Creature gets +3. Whoops. Meteor Storm. How does that even work? What's the math on that? Help me. Deals 8 damage divided. Okay, fine. Let's get rid of this creature. Bring in this creature, give it haste. Start attacking. They'll probably summon their Planeswalker and then could kill my commander, but I can bring it back, and with haste. Yeah, that's what they're gonna do, and I have my shrug ready right away here. Oh, they didn't do that. Okay, I can live with that. Then we'll bring out this lantern. Draw a card off of that. My day so far was pretty good. I went to visit my family. I hooked up their laptop to the TV so they could see their photos. Here's the world we live in of technology. So my mom's got an iPhone, and then I have it set up so that her photos automatically get saved to iCloud, right? That's easy. And then they show up on her laptop, and then I hooked up her computer so that this is going to be game over for the opponent now, because Fiery Emancipation, all my stuff deals triple damage. Help me do the math here. 6 times 3. Is that more than 16? Math was never my strong point. Exactly, it's an HDMI to the TV for the laptop, viewing on the TV. So, okay, I will now strike my opponents down with great anger and furious vengeance, or whatever the quote is there. And, yep. 6 times 3 might be more than 16. The opponent is furiously looking. They're good gaming me. They know how to do math. So, yep, that was one of those top decks. You know, I hate it when people top deck their amazing card, but I love it when it happens to me. We love it when it happens to me because it makes for better streaming experience, right? Alright, well, how are we doing on the gold digging here? We might do a snack chat, or maybe I'll switch around the schedule a little bit. Okay, we got one of them. Okay, we've got one more quest to do, then I'll do the snack chat. Have a fun little snack too, so don't leave, everyone. Right after this game, I will bring out the snack and then we will chat about it. And then you can all help me decide which of these cards to open up. Let's go here to the full screen. So tell me right here, which one should we open up? Should we open up packs of Breaking Bad cards? Should we open up the Tom and Jerry cards? Should we open up the Star Wars Chrome cards? Or should we open up the Garbage Pail Kids cards? So those are our choices right there. Fun for the whole family. So we got one vote for Tom and Jerry. Very good. Anyone else? Game started over here. So we got Breaking Bad, Tom and Jerry, Star Wars, and Garbage Pail Kids. One vote for Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry is my favorite vintage cartoon. I know people love Bugs Bunny, Mickey Mouse, but I was always more of a Tom and Jerry fan. So Disney had Mickey Mouse, Warner Brothers had Tom and Jerry. Trivia, don't look it up. Who had Tom and Jerry? It was not, here's a hint, it was not Disney, and it was not Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers had Mickey Mouse. Disney had Mickey Mouse. Warner Brothers had Bugs Bunny. Who had Tom and Jerry? And Keeb is picking Garbage Pail Kids. All right, we got one vote for Garbage Pail Kids and one vote for Tom and Jerry. Get your votes in for the next. Garbage Pail Barbara. That is the autocorrect of the century. Oh, there we go. Hanna-Barbera. That's what you meant. Hanna-Barbera. That's a good possibility, Hanna-Barbera, but it is not Hanna-Barbera. Hanna-Barbera started to do cartoons in the 70s, I believe, and Tom and Jerry debuted like in 1941, 42 or so. Hanna-Barbera, they had Yogi Bear, Magilla Gorilla, all of those. That is a 5-4, and you have a 4-4. Would you like to test me? Angel of Vitality? Nope, okay. That is acceptable. I'm maybe being a little bit greedy here. Yeah, let's play it safe. They're a life gain deck, so let's get rid of one of their life gain pieces. And then that gave me another play right here. Alright, that worked out pretty well. Alright, so it was MGM, Metro Goldwyn Mayer. MGM was the studio that had Tom and Jerry cartoons. And then eventually it went over to some other smaller studio in the 70s, and then the quality got horrible. If you ever compare the quality of the 40s and 50s Tom and Jerry with the 70s quality, the 70s quality is horrible, although people do have a soft spot for that quality. That's the DePatie Freeling style. Because you control deals damage, you and that player gain. Oh yeah, this is the one where it's all about life gain, and at a certain point, the life gain is catastrophic. Alright, I have the number of artifacts necessary to attack. So here's what we'll do. We'll open up I'll take a break in a moment, but I'll open up first Tom and Jerry, and then Garbage Pail Kids. I used to have the Garbage Pail Kids back in the old days. I remember they were so advanced because they had these fun, gross characters, and then they also had stickers, and then they also had on the back you could assemble a collage with like 20 of them, and they had gum too, didn't they? Everything had gum back in the day. So Keeb and Teeks, I don't think you were here that one time that I actually did open up a vintage 30-year-old pack of something, and I chewed the gum, which was a mistake, and it was on stream, and I clipped it. It's on my YouTube, and that was a pretty bad idea, because what happened there was it was 30-year-old gum that disintegrated in my mouth, and I accidentally swallowed it, and it was a bad idea. Alright, so how are we going to get out of this? Can I do 6 damage to that very bad creature? It was fun for everyone on the stream, but not fun to live it. Back when we had Vine, the slogan was "Do it for the Vine." So let's do some math here. Let's read this card carefully. Angel of Destiny. At the beginning of your end step, if you have at least 15 life more than your starting life total, you win the game. We started at 25. 25 plus 15 is 40. Okay, they need 40 life to they need 40 life to win the game. We need to decrease them below. We need to keep them below 40 life. Now, do I have an artifact destruction card in this deck? Because they just turned my poor little dragon into treasure. They gold plated it and they put it up on my mantle. I have a feeling that I don't have the... artifact destruction, but we'll see what they do here. Best case scenario is that they double... Well, they're probably going to just... This was not a good attack. Oh, actually they do nothing. Okay, I can live with that. And... six. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana in total. Yeah, Let's get rid of one of these things here. Well, they took damage. So what? I know what they have. That's Doomscar. They're playing mono white. That's got to be Doomscar, which is to destroy everything on the battlefield, which is fine. But if their win condition is to get 40 life and automatically win, I think they shouldn't have let me hit them. They should have just double blocked with those griffins and killed my commander. And they have a Valkyrie sword, which will give something +2/+1. Well, that'll help them get to Shepherd. When this enters, return to the permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay, what are they gonna bring back? Nothing. There's nothing in their graveyard. Okay, so that might not have been the best play. But they have another blocker. And if you need your win condition to actually win you need to attack with that creature. Yeah, they're reading their own card. Reading your own card explains your own card. I want card draw, but I want more card draw than that. Okay, here we go. Not card draw, but another dragon. Alpha strike with my dragons. Oops, I should have played my golden... man, that was a misplay. I should have played my golden egg, so I have 4 artifacts to attack with. Let's see if they double block here. Is this a mistake? I do have... Yeah, this is a mistake. This cannot attack unless I have 4 or more artifacts. I did have 4 artifacts. This is a bug. We found a bug here. My dragon that's been turned into a treasure is an artifact, but Arena didn't count it. If it did count it, I would have also been able to attack with Gadrak. So that is a bug. Alright. What's next? Oh, that wasn't Doomscar, that was just their angel thing. I thought it was their board wipe. So as the opponent decides what to do when we open the Tom and Jerry cards. So what this says is randomly packed Tech Chrome cards. And these were originally published in 1993. So the same year that Magic debuted, we were getting Tom and Jerry cards. Okay, that's going to be annoying if they gain 4 life. Okay, they didn't do it. They're playing kind of conservatively. They should have attacked. The whole point of that Valkyrie is to make angels. Oh, okay, that's what I need. Kind of. Let's see if they fall for it. Attack with everything. Maybe they'll think, oh, the opponent just attacked willy-nilly. Oh, they're gonna take everything. Okay. It's probably not the best move, but this will help even things out. Oh, so much treasure. Alright, so if they attack with that 4 or 5, I've got to block it, but then that'll make them an angel. And then we traded, and then they're at 5 life. They can start getting it back. They should probably summon Linden by now, or maybe attach their Valkyrie's sword. But I don't want to tell I don't want to tell the opponent how to play in case they're spying on me on Twitch. So anyway, these Tom and Jerry cards. On the back it says, collect all 60 Tom and Jerry hijinks and keep them in mint condition by purchasing your very own Tom and Jerry album. Well, that was back in the day when you would buy these cards, and then you could also buy the official album to keep them all together. Tap all creatures and you gain life. Okay, fine. So you're going to gain a bunch of life, save you from the brink of extinction, make 1 angel, take you all the way back to 21 life, make 2 blockers. And then I get that, which is not too amazing. If I lose, probably be pretty smart to just block with that, which is exactly what they're gonna do. That's fine. Gadrak will... Alright, so as I was saying, you can get your very own Tom and Jerry album. This customized album is only $12.99, including postage and handling, and contains 7 9-card collecting sheets. Order now by sending your name, address, and zip code to Tom and Jerry Collector's Album Offer, P.O. Box something, Arlington, Texas. Allow 5 to 6 weeks for delivery while supplies last. Alright, so this is going to be their perfect scenario. Every attack will gain them life. So I need to get some... I need to get some direct damage. I guess they're gonna equip it there, which is fine. If they attack with that, I'll have to hit with my Hellkite. Okay, that's actually kind of what I want. Are they gonna go for it? Okay, they're thinking about it, so fine. Let me show you the way. They're gonna first strike me, which is fine, and then I will, yep, reading the card explains the card, and then I will defeat your angel, but then you'll get another angel. But I removed a very bad thing, and then we get that. Okay, deal 3 damage. Let's get rid of their other life gain generator. Scry into nothing. Gain a life off of that, and hopefully something good comes back. 4, 5, 6, 7. They've got enough mana to resummon Linden. They can attack with both of those, gain a bunch of life. Have to block with... okay. People love playing these classes. If you would gain that, if you would gain life, gain that much +1. Fine. They're gonna gain a bunch of life here. They'll probably attack with that 4/5. I'll have to block. Have to slowly dismantle all of the parts. Okay. Hopefully nothing good. Come on, top deck a land. Come on, just top deck a land. Top deck a land. They probably top deck the land if they're not playing it. Yep, they're gonna upgrade their class whenever you gain life. Put counters. Okay, fine. Well, that's gonna be annoying because as soon as they attack, they gain life, and then they'll be able to equip. So they're gonna equip that angel. Do I have no way to get rid of that enchantment? This is kind of an old deck that I haven't upgraded in a little while, so I probably didn't put in the Intro to Annihilation. Mutually assured destruction. Gets them another one of those, and I'm just trying to keep going. 6 out. They need 9 mana. They need 9 mana for their commander to get back online. When this becomes free, return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's just going to bring back their win condition. Okay, so let's do a little pause right here. I got a voice message. I need to hear this voice message. Let's do a little pause. I'll be right back one moment, and then we'll open up those Tom and Jerry cards and Garbage Pail Kid cards and play a little bit more. So thanks everyone for hanging out for the moment. Let's take a little break. Be back in just a moment. Alright everyone, we are back, and here is the cat making a little cameo before I put him over here. He's wacky, so he can't really be on camera too long. Ah, no! Say hello to the people there, and then, so, he is going to be 1 year old, in October. We count October 1st as his birthday. He was actually a stray cat that my parents found on their property back in early-ish September, and I had a cat for 12 years, and he passed on last December. And my parents said, "Well, we have this little bundle of joy that we found here. Would you like him?" So I said, "Yeah." So I took him in, and he's been with me since December. He was an October baby, but also he was an October baby, but he was also a Christmas present. So yeah, exactly. If you cradle him the right way. I've been trying to figure out the right way to hold him. He's one of the most interesting cats that I've had, because he is very precocious and active and fun and cute, but petting has to be in a very specific time of day in a specific manner, and he likes to hang out in the shower and down in the garage, even though it's really hot there, and he's just a really interesting cat. But we have a whole lifetime to get to know each other, so he might stop by again a little bit later. So let's yeah, Kitty's fine. Fed him a little while ago before the stream. He was hanging out in the garage, but then when I went to the kitchen for a moment, he heard me, so he came back, and then I wanted to show him off on the stream for a moment. May 4th, so you'll gladly be saying the May the 4th phrase then. Alright, let's open the Tom and Jerry cards. Speaking of cats, we'll open this Tom and Jerry cards. Let me adjust my camera. This camera is one of my worst ones, but if I lock in the various settings, it should be adequate. Let's see, exposure. Lock that exposure right here. That's good. Okay, so Tom and Jerry cards, vintage 1993 Tom and Jerry cards from the company. I don't even know if this company still makes anything anymore. Cards with a Z. Let's see if we get a mythic rare planeswalker. So I'm rounding up, but these cards are nearly 20 years old. I don't think I've ever had any of these back in my youth. So these will be brand new to see. Ah, classic. This is the classic opening Tom and Jerry art. They're so happy. We'll look at the backs in a moment. And over here is, what episode was this? These look off model. Was this from the horrible Tom and Jerry movie from the 90s? His head looks a little too big. I do not recognize that dog. Jerry looks a little bit off as well. We'll see the back in a bit. There's a classic scene. No, actually that's probably also from the recent movie as well. Recent from the 90s. And parade route. That looks sort of Chuck Jones style, I guess. playing the glasses. What's it called when you play glasses? And then somehow sandwiches got in its neck. And then over here, kind of overexposed. Here, this is the moments before disaster type of image, right? Because this is when, after Jerry reads the book a little bit, Tom kind of flirts or whatever, and then slams the book on Jerry, right? Is that an episode I'm remembering? That's the photo taken moments before disaster. Here's the look at my fist over here, and Tom is looking at it so carefully, but not seeing the other not seeing the other hand that's going to come in and smash that eyeball. Then we've got, oh, this is the Three Musketeers episode with the little cousin Tuffy. Is that what that little gray mouse was called? Tuffy, maybe? And then Jerry is a musketeer. Like that. Okay, let's look at what they look like in the back. So in the back we have, sorry about that, let me fix that exposure. You remember watching this episode? Yeah, there's relatively few episodes in the grand scheme of it all, but I feel like there have been some episodes that I've seen much more over and over than other episodes. Alright, 1951 to 1952. 1951, it's gags galore when Tom and Jerry meet Muscles Mouse in Jerry's cousin. Fans are dazzled in Casanova Cat. Okay, so it's just kind of a chronology of all of the episodes, I guess. In 1952, they had Smitten Kitten, Fit to be Tied, Push Button Kitty, and The Doghouse. The two Mouseketeers must have been the right cup of tea for Tom and Jerry. Notice every time they say Tom and Jerry, they have to put the copyright, the trademark notice. It's gags galore when Tom and Jerry trademark. The two Musketeers must have been the right cup of tea for Tom and Jerry trademark to win them their 7th Oscar. That's 7th Oscar, very cool. And we've got, that's the neat having episode facts. Yeah, it's pretty fun. It tells you what episodes. So here's from 56 to 63. There was a gap right there, as I said. Hey there, Mark, how are you doing? We're talking about Tom and Jerry. I opened up my pack here of Tom and Jerry cards. I still haven't opened up the Garbage Pail Gang cards. We'll do that today. And so we're seeing here 1956 had The Flying Sorceress, their last film before switching to CinemaScope. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's true, right? Because before then, Tom and Jerry cartoons were in Academy ratio, which was square, basically, and then CinemaScope was widescreen. 1958, Tom and Jerry's lives changed in 58 when MGM's animation studio closed down and moved to Hanna-Barbera. Oh, actually, Stevie, you were half right. Tom and Jerry were a Hanna-Barbera cartoon, which I totally forgot. I always just remember them as the classic MGM cartoons, but then in 1958 they moved over to Hanna-Barbera. That's where they had those classic, maybe Chuck Jones episodes. In 1963, Tom and Jerry relive 34 of their favorite cartoons when they're reanimated, produced and directed. Oh, okay, yeah, I vaguely remember that they wanted to save money, so they said, let's take those old episodes and just redraw them. And then Chuck Jones started his triumphant run on them at about that point. You remember going to see Tom and Jerry movie back in 98 at the theaters, one of your first few movie experiences, an early movie experience. I remember the commercial was, they talked to each other and they said, wow, you talk. So 1943, Jerry wins audiences' hearts when he teams up with Gene Kelly in a dazzling dance sequence in Anchors Away. Oh yeah, that's Roger Rabbit before Roger Rabbit existed. They actually had Gene Kelly, real-life actor, dancing, and then they animated Jerry dancing with him. And that was in, doesn't say... Suffering Cats, Lonesome Mouse, Baby Puss, Yankee Doodle Mouse, Zoot Cat. The Zoot Cat's really fun. $1 Million Cat, Bodyguard Putting on the Dog, and another Oscar award-winning cartoon, Mouse Trouble. 49 to 50, The Little Orphan, etc. The Antics in 1950, Little Quacker. I remember that little duck. Little Quacker. Safety Second. The Frame Cat and Clueball Cat. 54, Puppy Tail, Posse Cat, Hiccup Pup. Southbound Duckling, Tom and Jerry, Peco's Pest, and That's My Mommy. Oh, yeah, see, exactly, there's the Tom and Jerry movie with that little kid. Knock knock. It's a wrecking ball. Crash. Is that a joke? With their home being torn down, Tom boards up Jerry in his mouse hole? What? At the last minute, he realizes that he can't leave his furry foe and saves Jerry from the wrecking ball. Okay, so you're telling me that the house is going to be torn down via wrecking ball. And what Tom does is traps Jerry in the wall like a scene out of Saw, and then he recants and says, no, let me save him actually, because we actually are in love. I'm just acting tough. You're going to hop off. Thank you for being online and hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed some of the gameplay and the Tom and Jerry cards. Bringing back some memories. Thanks for hanging out and raiding with all your cool people. Bringing Teaksville over to the VMC crew. Thank you for that. The Fab Four on their first night as homeless animals. This is sadder than I remember. Tom and Jerry meet Pugsy, the dog, and his good friend Frankie the Flea. The four new buddies start singing and dancing in the streets. Without a home, you gotta have a friend. The team of Teaks. Okay, that's, now I know. The team of Teaks, that's even better. And then here's our checklist, number 2. So 34 to 60, and then the bonus cards are Tom, Jerry, and Hanna-Barbera. Well, these must be the fabled Tech Chrome, randomly packed Tech Chrome cards, but apparently there are only 3, so good luck getting them all. You know how cards are so rare. In packs, Tom and Jerry historical highlights. Okay, so for some of the cards, they tell you the details of a particular episode. Cards turned into Playoff Core, by the way. Playoff Core is still around. We have to see what more they publish nowadays. Thanks for that diligent research. So these first few 40 cards were synopses of some of the episodes, and then 41 to 50 were synopses of the years, and then something cat and mouse games, then checklists. So yep, that's what we did here, Mark. We were opening these cards. We did a little gameplay. We'll do some more gameplay in a bit. Recapping these. Tom and Jerry, Mouseketeers. Don't look too carefully at that fist coming at you, Tom. And then Tom gets the payback by slamming Jerry. I remember he slams the book and squashes him, and then he comes out like thin as a rail, right? And then I could tell right away that some of these were from the movie. These two were from the movie because the heads look weird. And then that's when he boards him up in the mouse hole before the wrecking ball comes, but instead he recants. And then over here he meets another homeless animal. Oh, here's the little pet. What's it called? Francis the Flea? Frankie the Flea? And Pugsy? I do not remember this movie at all, just that they talked for the first time ever. Well, not really. They did talk throughout the years that they existed, but here throughout the whole movie they were talking. So 1940, from 1940, it was non-stop since 1940 to 1953, and then 54, 55, 56 to 63, they had a break, and then from 64 to 93, yep, Tom and Jerry. So that's my favorite cartoon of my youth, Tom and Jerry. We will open the Garbage Pail Kids in a moment. We'll do some more gameplay. We'll do snack chat and keep the party going. So back to the game. I just finished the gold digging. I did the crack-a-pack, but we have a crack-a-pack of different magic cards we'll do in a bit. We'll start the draft. Maybe we'll do the draft and then the other cards and the snack, and then play the cards. But talking Tom and Jerry, that's not right. It would be like the Roadrunner talked. Exactly. But even in the classic cartoons, they did say once in a while. Even once in a while, they did have an occasional word or two. One of my favorites is when Tom is really evil. Let's go look at this before. Let's go look at it before we play. There is my favorite Tom and Jerry quote from the old days. Tom and Jerry, you're in me power. Yeah, right here when Tom is extremely evil.
In me power.
It's kind of hilarious.
In me power.
I wonder who was the uncredited actor that provided that voice. Here's one more. Tom and Jerry door? Can we find it simply that way? Yeah, here's this classic one as well. Sound effects and the like. So, yep, classic cartoons. To put it in magic terms, it would be like playing Blood on the Snow in Historic Game instead of Damnation. Well, sure, 4 mana, destroy all creatures, they cannot be regenerated, sure. Or, destroy all creatures, and then bring back one of your creatures from the graveyard directly to the battlefield for 6 mana versus 4 mana. See, this is the great debate about, yes, destroy all creatures 4 mana. Or, destroy all creatures and bring back your best creature for 6 mana. My vote is for the 6 mana spell, even though Damnation is obviously classic vintage and nostalgia. But power creep. So let's do the draft. Let's get our draft going on. This traditional standard event, is it still as bad as it always was? 1,000 gold to play standard. Although you do recuperate your entry with only 2 wins. The point that is that it's older. Well, let's just use terror. You know what I mean. But let's go into Premier Draft. The season's just the season's reset, so I've got to get back in the climb, and we will play. Let's play some Forgotten Realms Draft. I don't know if you're still there, Keeb, but what are you going to do with all of that gold you've accumulated? Buy yourself a nice little cottage on the Strixhaven shores? Play a bunch of draft? Alright, so we got the Tarask. 9 mana for a 10/10, that'll never happen. Tiger Tribe Hunter, 4/4 Trample, Pack Tactics. Deal damage to a sacrificed creature. Everyone loves that. Innkeeper, when this enters, create a treasure. When another creature enters battlefield, gain a life. That's the life deck. Got the equipment. Paladin. Spoils of the Hunt. Creature gets +1. Okay, so that's a fight spell, but you've got to use treasure for it to really work. Let's go with this little Innkeeper. Or do we want to do the red sort of aggro thing? When this attacks, Sacrifice another creature, it deals damage to sacrifice creature. Well, you have to sacrifice another creature. Yeah. You have to be a little bit aggro for that to fully pay off, but the Innkeeper is just a 2 mana. Do good stuff. Vorpal Sword, which never works. Although +2 Death Touch, it's not so bad actually. Black and green. Give a creature Death Touch and +2. There's the Precipitous Drop. That's a little removal there. Another Mace. Half-Elf Monk. Vigilance. Plus Icy Manipulator ability. I like that. Green and white. Lifelink with that Paladin. And then a Flyer. There's a lot of good stuff in this pack, but let's go with that equipment since it can be used over and over. Equip cost is not so bad. Got a flying dungeon explorer. One of the living lands. Those are always good because it's hard for the opponent to deal with. I'm just kind of getting a variety of kind of good cards with 2 of them. Oh, there's a Minimus Containment. A Hawk for exploring. Another life gain card. Let's see if someone passes back that land. I'll give it a good home. So if there's a dragon deck going on, if I'm doing multiple colors, that could be useful for some mana fixing. A dragon nomancy deck? Maybe. I haven't really seen a lot of dragons getting past my way, but we will see. That's a mana fixing card right there, plus ramp, or a regrowth card. So yeah, in this pack I'm just kind of picking a bunch of interesting things. Haven't decided on a color yet. Blue cards are being passed. Equipment is fun. Another of these equipment. Let's go with this Flyer or the Bard. Target creature gets +2 or you gain 3 life. I don't know if the life gain deck is coming together just yet. Give another creature +2 or a Flyer. Yeah, that Flyer, plus it also bounces. It's a Flyer plus a bounce spell. Plummet for flyers. Alright, next pack. Hey Gabe, welcome. I'm in the middle of a draft. Glad to have you visiting. Barrowin of Clan Undur. When this enters venture, and then return a thing back. Black doesn't really seem to be too available. I've only been able to get 1 black card, but blue, white, and green have been there, and then now this great card, this great white card is here, so we'll be on the lookout for that. Just saying hi from Utah. Your friends are camping. Oh, okay. Very cool that you took the time out to come and say hi. Have fun on Utah. What's at Utah? Painted Rock, Rolling Rock. What's it called? The Great Utah Monuments. Alright, Guardian of Faith phases stuff out. Yeah, Zion National Park. That's it. That's the one that I had in mind. One of the 7 wonders of the world. When you roll dice, make dragons. I haven't really picked up many dice cards. Treasure could do mana fixing and such. Yeah, they brought phasing back, actually. They brought phasing back to I want 3 things in this pack. I want that priest, Gretchen, and this adventurer. See what we can get as we wheel back. Here's an Evolving Wilds to do the mana fixing. So maybe I'll play black, green, and white. That Evolving Wilds will help. Plus I also got the Temple of the Dragons, so that could be the mana fixing there. Green, black, and white. Or black, white, blue. Oops, I am the traffic jam. Everyone's passing these blue cards, so maybe switching into... Yep, people are passing a lot of blue cards, so maybe on the following... Yeah, everyone's passing blue, so we've got to be on the lookout for all the good blue cards. Manticore has Flash. Alright, 3rd pack. With Angel's Landing and the Narrows River Hike. Do they have the rules of phasing on the card for those? Well, they also simplified phasing nowadays. The rules are here now. Yeah, it says here, something phases out. Treat it and anything attached to it as though they don't exist until their controller's next turn. They don't have the full rules in that there are no ETB effects or exit the battlefield effects. that reveals enough of the rules as can fit in that in the space allocated. Alright, take care as well, Gabe. Hopefully take some good photos, share them on the Discord. And have fun on the trails. Watch out for the rattlesnakes. So here we have phasing built into this dog. Pay 4 mana, phase it out. Blink Dog, very creative name. Alright, so we wheeled back to this pack. They left Gretchen. Plus this flying tapper. Maybe they'll still leave it. Oh, thanks for the invite. Yeah, 10 o'clock. AM or PM? I assume PM, right? It's coming down to crunch time. I never got a chance to see who else is in my pod. Who else is here? Lanthan Strike, The Unsane, Shogurt, Matches Malone, Shame Wizard, and Frankie. Was it last week when we got a famous streamer or someone? Alright, so that's okay. So I got the cards together. I mean, I picked the cards. Here they are. I'm going to take a quick break. After the break, I'm going to bring the snack for a snack chat. I've got a snack. It is a beverage type snack. I'll bring that. Then we'll open the Garbage Pail Kids cards. Put this deck together. And then play. I'm going to leave my screen open like this. If people want to see my deck, my card pool, that is, and maybe we will strategize, put something together. Okay, be back in a moment. We'll do snack chat. Crack a pack, and then more gameplay. Alright, we are back. So, let's do the snack chat. And here's what I have to snack on this time. This is the very controversial Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. This is the new Coke Zero formula, which, if you haven't seen the drama gripping the world, it is that this tastes horrible, that people love the old formula, that this is new Coke 2.0. And I don't remember drinking new Coke back in the 80s. I was too young, but that was a new formula. Yeah, drama on soda, because people love people love what they love. And so Coke Zero is a new flavor of the old Coke Zero, and people cannot handle it. So this is what we're going to taste. And it's zero sugar, because instead it has well, it's not as bad as, like, people are looting the streets because this exists. It's that people are saying that it's not great. But what other ingredients does this have? Carbonated water, caramel color, phosphoric acid, aspartame. See, there's the sugar. It doesn't have sugar, sucrose. It has aspartame. Potassium benzoate to protect the taste, aka a preservative. Natural flavors, aka hogwash. Potassium citrate, acesulfame potassium, never heard of that, and caffeine. Now, it is already actually about to be 10 p.m. for me, and I'm going to drink this caffeinated thing, but this also apparently has phenylketonurex. This contains phenylalanine. We'll look it up later after I taste it. These are these flavors that who knows exactly what they are. We would have to look them up eventually. Aspartame. It's an artificial sweetener that others exist. Sucrose is just the classic scientific name for plain old sugar, sucrose. But then there are other maltose, dextrose. Anything that ends in an OSE is often related to sugar scientifically. So sucrose is just plain old table sugar. If you want to get fancy, hydrogen monoxide is the scientific formula. Dihydrogen oxide is the scientific name for water. H2O, dihydrogen oxide. Sucrose is the scientific name for sugar. So let's open this up. Sounds like a Pokemon, exactly. Gotta drink them all. So it smells like Coca-Cola. I don't have regular Coca-Cola or regular sugar Coke to compare the flavors, so we're just drinking this on its own. It's very carbonated. I enjoy the carbonation on these things. So as I said, I don't have regular Coke to compare it. But hey, Jaquithus, how are you doing? We are tasting a little bit of Coke Zero sugar, which I'm sure you've heard about the online controversy that this is horrible, right? It's a lot sweeter than I thought it would be. It definitely leans into the aspartame sweetener. It's definitely sweet. Compared to regular Coke, this feels a lot sweeter. And I guess the market for this is, I want a sweet beverage that is carbonated, that is Coke-ish, but then not full of sugar. Because a regular can of Coke has like 35 grams of sugar, which is a lot. This has 0 grams of sugar, but it has aspartame, which is a sweetener. I feel it would taste a little bit better with some ice, so that the ice is sort of diluting it a bit, because this feels like straight from the can. It's a little stronger. It's nearly 10 p.m. for me, and I'm also loading up with this caffeine, although it's not one of the huge 8-ounce cans. Or how much is a regular can of Coke? This is 7.5 ounces, or 222 milliliters. But a normal can is like double the size of this, right? And does it say how much caffeine this has? It says caffeine, but does it say how much caffeine? So 0 fat, 25 milligrams sodium, 0 carbs, 0 sugars, 0 added sugars, 0 protein. That sounds right, 12 ounces, and this is only 7. So what's my rating on this? I think if you like something sweet, this is there. I don't think it tastes like the artificial sweeteners that others might give you the aftertaste of, which is often like a metallic sort of taste. I think this tastes sugar type of sweet. It really sticks in your mouth, though, a lot of sweetness. I like the carbonation. That's a plus on that. Does it taste like original Coke? Well, I don't have an original Coke to compare, but it feels like it's original Coke. Let's give this an 8 out of 10. It's enjoyable. I would like it with some nice ice to dilute it some more on a nice summer day out on the back porch. I don't have a back porch, actually. And so pretty enjoyable. 8 out of 10. And that was Snack Chat. We'll get back to the gameplay in one moment. Let's do one more thing. Get back to our gameplay. Let's open up this pack of Garbage Pail Kids Chrome cards celebrating 35th anniversary. You're not the biggest soda drinker, but you used to, and you might give it a shot. Yeah, I don't drink a lot of soda either. But I thought it'd be fun to do a soda taste test for the stream this time. We also have these cards to open a little bit later. Hey, Anwen is walking already? Where does the time go? Is she gonna walk on her own to turn on my stream next time I'm streaming? So, congrats on that. She's learning pretty well. That's right on schedule, right, for a developing child. What are we at now? 16 or 18 months or so? Alright, so Garbage Pail Kids. How many of you grew up with these Garbage Pail Kids? I remember Generation 1, and I don't know if these are reprints or new cards, because I know that within the past 5 years, maybe, at least, they've been printing new modern Garbage Pail Kids with, you know, cell phones and Twitter and all of that. So let's see if these are vintage reprints or also modern ones. 16 months already. Approximate odds are whatever. These base green refractors, green wave refractors, purple refractors, prism refractors, artist autographs, name variation shorts. So you have to get 101 packs. You have to get 101 packs to be able to possibly get one C name variation short print. People think that there's too many Magic products out there. This is a lot. Pretty soon you're gonna have to trading card game, exactly. Teach her some good mono black deck. Now that she's gonna rebel and make some green decks. So Garbage Pail 2020 may contain redemption cards which generally carry a 2-year expiration date. Actual dates will vary. Details on the card. Okay, let's open some of these Garbage Gang cards. So I got this at Target. It comes with the with the chip right here that will ring if you try to steal them. And then we've got Spittin' Spencer. This is really foily. Kind of cool. We'll look at the backs in a moment. We'll look at the fronts first. But I don't know how well it picks up on the camera, but these are foil. They also have slightly three-dimensionality. It's hard to see on the camera, but wherever, like on the water, it looks kind of three-dimensional in real life. Ooh, yeah, I remember this one. This was my favorite card way back when I bought these for the first time in 1986. Roy Bot. It was just it's a Gundam ripoff, and that was so meta back in the day because Robotech and Transformers and Thundercats, those were imported. Basically, well, not exactly Transformers, but Robotech was imported Japanese, and we didn't quite know. And here, this is a mecha from Gundam. Roy Bot. Large Marge. Before the Pee-wee's Big Adventure character. Large Marge, cola, candy, fish, ice cream. These all look pretty nice actually. The foil treatment on all of them, kind of cool. Are they also stickers that you would peel and then stick on your notebook? It doesn't look like they're stickers anymore. Yeah, they look pretty cool, right? Liberty Libby, a bronze statue. Fishy Phyllis. Fresh sardines. Some of the puns on these old cards were just so bad. They were just a vague rhyme, but I think one like Roy Bot. That one's pretty funny, right? Roy Bot. Fishy Phyllis. Mirror Imogene. Now this is the hardest. This doesn't. The pun and such doesn't make any sense for this one unless you somehow pronounce it in a certain way. Mirror Imogene. So that one's a fail. Although the art is cool, like she's totally deformed, but then in the funhouse mirror she's normal. That is spinning the trope on its head. Oh, glandular. What? Glandular Angela. That almost rhymes. Glandular Angular. That's how you're supposed to say it. You're supposed to say it like you're from Texas, and you say it as glandular Angular, like Hank Hill. And so foily. Look at that. It pulls up the color really nicely everywhere on camera. Alligator. So we have puns, we have rhymes, and we have this type of humor. Alligator. Joe Blow. This is a pair. Oops, I missed one. Let's jump back here. Spittin' Spencer. Hey, wait a minute. Didn't we already have a Spitting Spencer over here? Yeah, there's another Spitting Spencer. This is card 92B, and this one is AN9A. Is this? What is that? What is the difference? AN9A. Gotta catch 'em all. And then we have Joe Blow, a parody of Bazooka Joe Gum. This is so close to original Bazooka Joe that I'm surprised they got away with it. But probably, actually, this is. I dropped the package. This is Topps. I think Bazooka Joe is part of Topps, so I guess that's how they can use their own character. Next, Wrigley Renee. If this was like Wrigley Willy, Wiggly Willy, that would have worked. But because of the silent W, Wrigley Renee. And then all the snakes. And lastly, Starin' Darren. This is disgusting. All of these eyeballs with all of the various colors of eyes, telescope, microscope, all the scopes. And then on the back, I'm pretty sure this is the Uncle Sam parody poster. I would bet that that is the Uncle Sam parody poster. So on the back, some of them have a piece of a collage, and some of them have a checklist. So there's that. And so this must relate to that. It feels like it connects somewhere, and that's got to be the Uncle Sam I Want You, you know, that classic American World War II poster for military recruitment, the I Want You Uncle Sam poster. But on the Garbage Pail Kid version, instead of pointing at you, he's got his finger in his nose for the comic. Then we've got the checklist. Garbage Pail Kids 2020 checklist A. Joe Blow, Stuck Chuck, Horsey Henry, etc. And we get to 124, then A and 1, Ophelia Ornament, Chromed Chris, Motor Ned, T2 2D, Spittin' Spencer. Oh, this is kind of new, I don't quite remember this. Wanted for being a crybaby, Panty Waist. Fill in Milksop's name. You're supposed to put your enemy's name here, and you put it up on the schoolyard, and then everyone will know. Janet, wanted for being a crybaby. Also wanted for the following crimes. For being the definition of a namby-pamby. For somehow being both a chicken and a scaredy cat. For not wanting to get back out there after his third concussion. The wanted for being overdone. Zombie fad. Also wanted for... Wait, fill in tired old horror subgenre's name. Okay. So, a horror subgenre. Nah, I'll still put someone's name in there. Billy. Wanted Billy. For jumping on a trend, for jumping on the bandwagon, for jumping the shark. Okay, that says refactor. Okay, I guess why this one is more like rainbow colored than some of these. This one's just regular foil, and this one's like rainbow color. That's nice. So there's a subtle variations. This is the refactor version. The past year of learning game dev became less of a gamer now, more into the creation. Exactly. A lot of people that started off as gamers, they then often want to go to college or learn to make the games. Wanted for being unoriginal. Fill in unoriginal reproduction's name, so put in Billy's name here, Bronze Cast. Also wanted for the following, for being less valuable than the genuine thing, for taking less effort than making something brand new, for being just a metallic copy of the original thing. Hey, don't put Metal Mario down like that. Metal Sonic. Wanted for lacking patience, Eager Beaver. For being impatient, waiting for the bus. For being anxious, waiting for the next Christmas. For some reason, being restless, having to wait a whole 6 years for the next release of their favorite card series. That's something meta going on there about the Garbage Pail Kids taking so long, considering attending Full Sail next year if you have any good game dev courses. I believe Full Sail is one of the ones that focuses on all of that, so that would be a very good possibility perhaps, since they focus. Checklist A, Checklist B, Croak and Colin, U.S. Army, Bullseye Berry, Undead Jed. All of these names are so good. These are going to be my new names when I create a new profile on Arena. This is the classic, I don't remember the name of it, but this is this kid that's all beat up very, very viciously. And that's his ear. Oh, here it is. So, yep, I remember that. That kind of scared me when I was little. And even looking at it now, 35 years later, that's pretty disturbing. But he's smiling, so it's okay. So, a black eye, cuts all over the face, all the teeth missing except one, bloody nose, ripped shirt, and then a boot print stamped on his face. But he's smiling. And you need 9 cards to put it together. here is what your completed puzzle will look like. Stitch Face Stanley. Is that actually the original name, or is that your cool name from memory? But I remember this card and it was kind of disturbing. Here's the other piece. It's coming together. This goes up here, right? Maybe it goes there, maybe. No, it's the top of the head. And yep, that's the guard. What did you say? Mark, they're called Garbage Gang Kids, you said, right? Over on your neck of the woods. So yeah, that's my favorite one. Where's Roybot? What I'm gonna do is, I'm sure you've all seen my YouTube video on how to alter your magic cards, and then therefore you can use any of these cards here to alter your magic cards. Actually, let me show you this. Let me grab these. Let me grab these cards that I've previously altered. So here is a card from this deck that I have here, Etrata the Silencer, but it's Princess Leia. So instead of paying someone to alter your cards or buy certain card alters, if you watch my YouTube video, plug, you can see how to do this yourself, and it's really easy. And so it doesn't change the original card. Here's the big secret about it. Basically, on a perfect fit sleeve, put whatever you want to alter, and then put your card into the perfect sleeve. You do have to take some precise measurements with millimeters, and then paste it on, just plain old tape on the back side there. Align it all up, and then you have an altered card. So I'm going to take Roybot and use it to alter Karn. You keep chugging along, you've been learning 5 years already, where does the time go? Opening up your own indie studio. That's the cool thing, that people can right away get into these things compared to in the old days where you had to put a lot of investment into it. So that's cool, good luck on that. So here's Etrata the Silencer as Princess Leia. I also have... Sounds so funny. So I have Ayara, First of Lochtwain, as Officer Judy Hopps. I need to get a better picture of her, but there's Judy in her microwave. And it's the same sort of idea, that it just has the perfect fit sleeve. And you cut out whatever you want, and you put it into the sleeve to cover the original card. That's my mono black Ayara Commander deck. The other one was my Demir Etrata deck. And here's one more. This is the most funniest one of all, perhaps. Zakama, Primal Calamity, as I believe her name was Fran from the old Dinosaurs TV show from the 90s. Anyone remember that? Everyone remembers the little pink baby yelling, "Not the mama!" as he bonked his dad on the head. The final episode was actually very depressing because it was basically the comet hitting Earth and causing the Ice Age, wiping out the dinosaurs. That was the last episode of this series, this children's series. It was the start of the Ice Age, with all of the characters looking out the window sadly as the world started to snow over. The end. But anyway, here I have then the mom as Zakama, Primal Calamity. And that's how my opponents look every time I summon Zakama and untap all my lands and start to fireball everything. So I can make some cool altars with those Garbage Pail Kids cards, or maybe Tom and Jerry, although none of these are that, well, maybe this one. I could, one of these close-ups, make that into an altar, or put this into Ristic Studies, because that's how people feel like every time Ristic Studies is out. Yeah, the amazing puppetry. That was all Jim Henson, I'm sure. So it was quite amazing to look at and revolutionary to have this weekly TV show with these puppets, and that was dinosaurs. Okay, so here's what I drafted. I haven't crafted the deck yet, but let's I'm going to do an overview of everything that I crafted, that I drafted, and then we'll see about what we craft. So I got a Paladin class, which eventually becomes an Anthem, and when creatures attack, they get a +1. You see a Guard Approach, which is an instant. Either tap a creature, or my creature gets hexproof. Vorpal Sword. The win condition of 8 mana probably is not the main goal of this card. The main goal is to give a creature +2 and Death Touch. Which means if I also have a fight card, I can have my Death Touch creature take out their creature directly. They don't do TV shows like that anymore. Nope, it's all reality TV shows now. Neverwinter Dryad is a best scenario turn 1, and then turn 2, sacrifice it to go get a forest. So here's a little bit of ramp, mana fixing. Just ramp, actually, not really mana fixing. You can only go get a forest. Got a +2 mace, so some equipment. Loyal Warhound. When this enters, if an opponent controls more lands than you, search your library for a plains, put it directly to the battlefield tapped. So it's a land tax, vaguely, on a dog. Mordenkainen's Polymorph, 2 mana instant. Until end of turn, any target creature becomes a dragon. So I can turn my 4/4 I can turn my 1/1 into a 4/4 for a moment. I'll probably cut that one, unless I have other spell synergies. You come to a reverse. Either return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, or creature gets +1 and cannot be blocked. Instant. Horde Robber, 1/3. Whenever this deals combat damage, create a treasure. Null Hunter, it's a 2/2, but if you trigger Pack Tactics, which is you attack with at least 6 power with all your creatures, put a +1 on this. So this is for some go wide stuff. Plummet to get rid of a flyer. Prosperous Innkeeper makes a treasure. Okay, so 2 mana. Ideally on turn 2, play this. You got a ramp on turn 2 plus mana fixing. And then whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. Scaled Herbalist, it's a 1/3 for 2. Tap it, you may put a land card from your hand, so more acceleration. Triumphant Adventure, 2 mana, 1/2. Death Touch, and it has first strike if it's my turn. And whenever this attacks, venture. So you can get the dungeon stuff happening. No one will want to block this first strike Death Toucher. Like that. Gretchen Twitch Willow, 2 mana, 0/4. Pay 4. Draw a card. You may put a land card, any land card, not just a basic land. Put a land card onto the battlefield. Minimus Containment, this is some removal. Enchant non-land permanent, it becomes a treasure, so deactivate it, it becomes a treasure. So it's not quite a pacifism, but it deactivates a creature. Priest of Ancient Lore, I wish I got more of these, but it's a 3 mana that gains you a life, draws you a card, and it's got a body. Guardian of Faith, 3 mana, Flash and Vigilance, 3/2. When this enters the battlefield, any number of other creatures you control phase out. So I can flash it in to save a creature or two with flash power. Eccentric Apprentice, flying 2/2. When it enters Venture, at the beginning of combat, if you've completed a dungeon, up to one target creature becomes a bird with base power of 1. Okay, so turn your opponent's creatures into birds if you've completed a dungeon. Sorry, these things are overlapping. Feywind Trickster, 3 mana, 2/2. Whenever you roll dice, make a fairy. I don't think I've got any dice rolling cards, so this will probably be one of the cuts. Maybe most of the blue, actually. We'll see. Power of Persuasion, 3 mana, sorcery. Choose target creature and opponent controls. Roll some dice. 1 through 9. Return it to the hand, or put it on the top or bottom, or gain control of it. So random. You're never going to hit that 20. I don't have any dice manipulation cards, so that 20 is never going to happen. Scion of Stygia, 3 mana, 2/1, flash. When this enters, choose a creature, roll a dice, either tap it or tap it and then it doesn't untap. So you have like a 51% chance to tap it and freeze it versus a 50% or 49% chance of just tapping it. Soul Knife Spy, 3 mana, 3/2. Whenever they use combat damage, draw a card. Charm Sleep, it's pacifism. Precipitous Drop, weaken a creature, -2/-2, and Venture. And when you've completed a dungeon, -5 the creature instead. Choose your weapon, 3 mana instant, either double target creature's power and toughness, or deal 5 damage to a flyer. Direwolf Prowler, 3 mana, 2/2, pay 2. This gets +2, but only once per turn. You get a 4/4. If you've got the mana for it, this is kind of vaguely kicker, because if you got 3 mana plus 2 more, you'll get a 4/4 with haste. How are you enjoying D&D mechanic? It's cool. It's got a lot going on, a lot of choices to make. Like, like this card here, you pay the 3 mana and either do this or do that. I like Venture. I actually have been liking it more than I thought. The Venture mechanic. Where's an example? This one. You can venture and go through these dungeons and get some fun stuff, either scrying or treasures or making creatures, and then when you pass a dungeon you get cool stuff. Like this Dungeon of the Mad Mage, if you complete the dungeon you get to reveal 3 cards and play one of them without paying its casting cost. I think it's worth it. I know that you might not have gotten any cards in a little while. The Fairy Tale set, Eldraine, was cool, but this is not as powerful as Eldraine, but it's got a lot of flavor and a variety of things. So 3 mana, go get 2 lands, reveal them, put them into your hand, shuffle, or return a permanent to your hand. Pegasus, 4 mana, 2/3 flying. When it enters, one of your creatures get +1 and flying until end of turn. Manticore, 4 mana, 2/1, flash and flying. When it enters, destroy a creature that was dealt damage. Yeah, and then being behind. Yeah, they put out so many new things that it's very easy to fall behind. Air Cult Elemental, 6 mana for a 2/5 with flying, and then when it enters, return something to the opponent's hand. Land, I got one of the living lands. It either makes white mana or pay 5 mana, and then it comes to life as a 3/4 flyer until end of turn. Evolving Wilds to mana fix and Temple of the Dragon Queen. Let me read this one again. As this enters, You may reveal a dragon. Temple enters tapped unless you reveal the dragon. Okay. Or control a dragon. As this enters, choose a color. Tap it to add that color. Okay, so it's mana fixing. It might come in tapped. Do I have any dragons? Citizen, dog, druid. I don't have any dragons. So this is going to come in tapped, but it does mana fix. I have Evolving Wells for mana fixing. I pulled white, blue, black, and green. I got a lot of blue. And then the least is black. Did any synergies stand out? We have removal in blue. We've got the return. We've got these return spells. 2 of these return spells. We have a tap spell for removal. Here's a venture. Nothing's happening with this dice, so probably just cut that right away. Persuasion. I don't like the random diciness of it all. It will either return a creature or put it at the top. Well, that's not so bad. That's more removal, more for the control game. Scion. This is another either tap the creature or freeze it. The spy. If I had the equipment that would make a creature unblockable, this would be amazing. I didn't get one of those, did I? Vorpal Blade will give it Death Touch, so that'll scare people. Oh, I do have one spell that could make it unblockable. And then we've got Sleep. And then a big old flyer which also bounces back. So I guess blue, I got some good stuff in blue. In black, I got the Manticore, a couple of removal spells plus Venture, and then the sword. So black seems kind of weak. But I've got mana fixing, so might not be so bad. In white, I have an Anthem effect, which relies on go wide strategy. I have an equipment, which I'm not loving, but it's there. The Warhound could help with mana. Containment is good removal. This Priest is just a good card. This Guardian saves your stuff. Pegasus is a flyer, plus makes another creature fly temporarily. White seems okay. Green, there's some ramp right there. If you go wide, this hunter gets bigger. Plummet for the flyer. Innkeeper is mana fixing. Herbalist is mana ramp. Gretchen is card draw plus mana ramp. Choose your weapon is for flyers. Direwolf, not really loving it. It's a creature. It's kind of weak. If you have 5 mana, it is a 4/4 haste. But other than that, it could become a 4/4 for 2 more mana, but it kind of ties up your mana. You can only do it once. Yapping on a Glade is mana fixing. And then that Adventurer is for Adventure and Death Touch. If I just leave one of each card, I'm going to do something that I never do, and I'm going to go with 4 colors. Because I have several ways to do mana fixing. Yeah, we'll go for it. We'll try these 4 colors because there are all of these. There's a lot of ways to mana fix in theory. And I'm down to exactly 40 cards. Yeah, let's try that out. We'll see how that goes. This might be the, I don't quite remember, but this might be the very first time that I ever play 4 colors in a draft. You know that I always prefer to do the 2 colors. And when I'm at 3 colors, I'm iffy about it, but we'll try 4 colors. There's a lot of fixing here. We just need to draw it. So we'll see how it goes. So this past week they announced a lot of new Magic products for 2022. And one of the new Magic products that is coming is a brand new unset. We're going to get, I was predicting unbelievable, but they are coming with Unfinity. Okay. I can do stuff, and I go first. Turn 2, I can return something back to their hand. Turn 3, I can bring an apprentice, which lets me venture, which lets me scry. I also have the you happen on a glade to help me ramp. So all of this is kind of foundational, not like big win conditions yet. Sort of a longer game, longer turn thing. And I've got my explosion sounds sleeves. This is literally called explosion sounds. Okay, there's green. So I've got all the colors that I need. I've got all the 4 colors that I need. I just need cards to play them with. So yeah, this is the brand new D&D arena. You can, the opponent has this cute little dragon you can mess with. Do I want to bounce that back when this enters the battlefield? If mana, draw a card, lose a life. Nah. We'll just maybe precipitate that way. I can bring out Gretchen. They're playing black, although they can kill Gretchen, so maybe we should save Gretchen a little bit later. Let's drop it like it's hot. And then, do we want to scry or do we want to treasure? We can do both. Let's scry first. Another land that is a living land. Sure. Although it's going to come in tapped. That's a turn 1 or turn 2 play. If you control 2 or more lands, this enters tapped. You've got to play this on turn 1, actually, it looks like. Or else it comes in tapped. Okay, they're passing. So, counterspell. What do we not mind losing to a counterspell? I don't mind losing my mana ramp. And if it goes through, that's fine. Okay. So that was just a flash creature. Fine. What do I need to get out of here? Another green and blue. So they flash casted in a 2/1 that didn't do anything. Ginny Windseer, okay. 13, Scry 2, lucky. Do I want to bounce that back to their hand? No, this is I'm not on Historic Brawl. I'm in the draft. All right. So what do I do here? Priest will gain me a life and draw me a card. I'll have 2 mana open. I could play Gretchen, or I could bounce back that, which is not too useful. So okay, let's try it that way. Next turn, that triumphant adventurer could do cool stuff. Also, my cave could come to life at the right point. Power word kill on Gretchen, perhaps? Guess that's fine. Grim Bounty. Guess that's better than single. Oops, they have a single treasure open, so they're gonna play their minus. Okay, that's fine. As for myself, tap their flyer next turn, play this blue land here. Black, white. I can play this apprentice to venture, and then I've got the single blue mana to tap their genie. Don't really need more lands. Let's make a blocker. And it'll keep that tap ability in hand. Pausing for response. Okay. If they attack with the 2/1, I can take 2. Next turn, I can attack. No attacks. Okay. Oh, fine. Another Ginny. Fine. Oh, they got a perfect D20 roll. Sure thing. The random nature of it all, but you get a 20. Scry 3. So I think that Triumphant Adventure is going to be pretty useful because it's a first strike death touch. I can bounce this back for myself. Okay, fine. Alright, so I saved my own critter 5 mana. Can't make that come to life yet. They got 2 of those in hand. Ray of Enfeeblements. Lucky. 2 attackers in the air. They seem to have a lot of combat tricks. I guess not that many, but it feels like they've got some good combat tricks. So sure, we'll take out one of those. Decrease. They get to venture. Something died. I get to venture as well. Vorpal Blade. That needs double... Oh man, that needs double black to equip. Tragedy. I guess if they double block, that's how they can get rid of mine, but... Don't have double black mana. Oh, man. That is my only downfall. Alright, card draw creature. I guess we can have a blocker here. It's a 3/4 that can absorb the damage from the... Actually, even better, it's a flyer! That land came to life. Another freaking land. Okay, let's go this way. We're still at 20 life. They're out of cards. They're just top decking, so hopefully they don't top deck into anything meaningful. That's meaningful, okay. They will either tap my creature or freeze it. Let's see what they get. They're tapping my 1/1. Okay, that's fine. Fine, tap for 1 turn. Alright, so simply... Oh wait, actually that Evolving Wilds is going to give me my other black mana, but it comes in tapped. Alright, so now we're in a top deck war. Uh-oh, they might have... Okay, not so bad. It's a big one, but I can live with it. Okay. Double black. That's got Death Touch. This Herbalist won't be too useful. But that'll be a blocker as a 1/3. And we'll just wait here. Land, perfect. Okay. bounce back something back, return up to one other target creature, but I need the right mana because that's got ward of 3. I'm gonna need 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need 9 mana, and I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I have enough mana, so let's I could bounce back that Rhyme Shield. I could attack with open mana and then at the last minute activate that. I need 8 mana for that, and I need triple black for that. Great. Well, let's just make them think that I have something. So that'll be a 3-1 with Death Touch. Fine. We'll bounce back that big one. That'll tie up their mana plays. If I get my 3rd black mana in 2 turns, I can equip the Vorpal Blade and auto-win. Uh-oh. Freezing it. Fine. I have no way to get rid of that. When this enters, tap it, as long as it is red. Yeah, so you just tapped me out there. Fine. Okay, let's... kill that perfectly, because I have completed a dungeon. Beautiful. Ooh, containment, I'll take that. Then, go in with some hits there. Just mana. Nice. Now they are striking angrily. And we'll make that come to life as well. It'll just hit me for 2, and I'm hitting for 6. Just a mana. Next, let's just keep going in the air. I cannot flash in the Guardian. That could draw a card. Who cares? Alright, this treasure from this innkeeper, it's working together so far. That's my triple black mana there. Let's see if they... yeah, if they block this, that's fine. The Vorpal Blade is going to get passed to the next creature anyway. And, that's fine. Keep the mana open. It is pausing priority on their side. Pausing for response on their side, so what could that be? Gain some life off of that. Do I want to phase anything out? That won't really reset anything, so that doesn't even matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter at all. But just maybe protecting these until the next turn for no reason. So a cool little animation for phase out. Nope, you cannot target my creatures for some reason. I can activate, maybe they're holding removal too. When I activate my living land, they'll kill it, but I don't care. I'm just kidding. I can wait for that. Then I have more attackers. They'll instead kill the Guardian, perhaps? Alright, this is game over for... Well, it's not game over because I cannot equip and pay for the kill spell. So, anyway, that taps me down next turn. How can we play this? Do I have enough mana? No, I don't have triple black. This is 6 damage here. Actually, that's lethal because it can attack. It just doesn't untap. I forgot about that. It doesn't untap. Oh, but it has vigilance. They completely messed up on that. Yeah, that was a complete mistake on their turn. Ray of Frost. When this enters the battlefield, if an enchanted creature is red, tap it. As long as it remains, as long as it's red, it loses all abilities. Enchanted creature does not untap. My Guardian has vigilance. So that was a completely misplay because I was able to still attack with it. It had vigilance, so it would still untap. No problem. Yep, so there's one. And I'm a lowly bronze player versus silver, and I beat them. -1 point. So it's kind of a complicated deck, a lot going on my side, but it kind of came together in the long term. So it came nicely, yeah. Let's see if we can keep it going. So the opening draw, I had a lot of the colors that I needed, and then eventually ramped into them. Hidlin is the opponent. They're at a lower bronze than me, so I have a feeling that this is the, in my case, the Scaled Herbalist will help me dump my hand out quickly, so that's good. Let's see what the opponent has. This little pet, this little Thopter pet, you could only, oops, they mulliganed twice. This Thopter pet, you can only get it previously if you created an account to play Arena on mobile. But now you can actually buy it in the store. So I'm not going to get it, but because the Black Lotus. Oh man. Okay, that always makes me think that it's a creature, because there's prominently a character on it, but it's not. This is a legendary artifact. So this is eventually, I don't have any artifact removal, so this is eventually the spell to go get something. So I don't quite need white mana for that Loyal Hound. It's not going to help me anymore. I've already ramped further than the opponent. I need blue mana. That's not blue mana, but we're gonna get there. Okay, that requires 4 mana. Here's their 4th mana, so they're gonna go get for free something. Search your library for something. Put it into your hand. Okay, so anyway, that's a 4/3 Chittering Skeleton. When it dies, you venture. There's my blue mana. Let's try to freeze this big old skeleton. Okay, tapped for 1 turn. They're looking for something big, so that you better have memorized what are your big creatures to go get. The apprentice will let me venture, and what I could do is go to the 3rd dungeon. If I go to the third dungeon, I could bring out a big old creature. Alright, what are you gonna go get for free? Another big skeleton. Fine. No attacks. Okay. Let's scry into something meaningful. It's not really amazing. I need more removal rather than temporary tapping. Guess I'll just keep putting a little bit of pressure. No, I can wait. If I attack with all of those, I almost have enough power. Yes, I did win the last game, actually. So it's good. Changing that nappy was good luck, because I won the game. Yeah, I was able to defeat the opponent. They were silver and I was bronze, but all my strategies came together. So they keep going to get stuff. Drider is a good one. That makes a lot of flyers. Okay, there's white mana. Although it's going to come in tapped. Actually, wait. You may put... that was a mistake. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. I needed to put it rather than play it. It came in tapped. No! Do they have any... I guess they still have big stuff to go get from that artifact, but do that. That's got reach. Okay. That will draw me a card and a life, although I can make my cave come to life at the right point. Okay, so that Drider, if it deals damage to me, it makes spiders. Whenever this deals combat damage to a player, create 1/2/1 spider with menace. So I definitely have to block that for 3. They put 7 counters on that thing? Do they really have a 7 mana thing to go tutor for? The Tarask is like 9 mana. Froghemoth has trample and haste. It's a 4/4. Whenever this deals combat damage to a player, exile up to that many cards from their graveyard, put a +1. Okay, so I definitely have to block that. That's a cool card. Definitely have to block it. They're also going to attack with their Drider, which makes spiders. So I'm at 21 life, so I can take a couple of hits. The best thing would be to attack with that Froghemoth plus the... I guess they should attack with everything. Just to pressure me. Oops, attack with nothing. Okay. I can live with that. Power Persuasion. What does this do again? Return the card or do the stuff. Okay, hopefully, let's see if I can gain a 20 off of this. Let's see if we can return that frog. Let's see if we can return that frog Hemoth back to let's see if we can steal it. Let's see if we get all of you in the chat. Give me your power so that I can roll a 20. Natural 20, come on. Natural 20. Steal their frog critter. Natural 20. 11. Halfway there. Okay, so that... bounces it to the top or bottom of their library. They still want it. Okay, let's do all attacks to pressure them. That'll make my Null Hunter into a 3/3. I have a hidden 4/3 dragon in my ranks. Okay, that's fine. They block with their... the best thing would be to block with that skeleton so they can venture. Those will trade, that's fine. And then those will trade, that's fine. So they have one creature and I have multiple. Gained 1 life, sure. They have only one. They have the Frog Hemoth. They're gonna draw the Frog Hemoth and attack with it, which is annoying. So I'm gonna have to bring to life my living land and then sacrifice it for that attacker. Is it as bad as I think it is? Whenever this deals combat damage to a player, exile up to that many target cards from their graveyard. I do have 4 things in the graveyard, so they'd be able to exile 4 things. Put a +1 counter on this for each creature card exiled, and you gain 1 life for each non-creature card. Yeah, that's way too good to let it hit me, unfortunately. The Drider, oops, they didn't summon it. Okay, I can live with that. If they attack with the Drider... guess I can take the... I don't want them to be creating spiders, so that's fine. Okay, there's an elemental. Bounce back a blocker. Or bounce... can I bounce back their... oh, of course. Their only counter spell. That's annoying. Okay, so I'll bring in this Warhound, but that won't be able to fetch me a land. Have these blockers. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they want to go... why are they putting so many counters? What are they trying to go get? Are they trying to go get a Tarask and then supposedly have 10 mana to summon it? No, they're going to go summon a 9 mana creature. What is the 9 mana creature for next turn? Is the Tarask 9 mana or 10 mana? It's 10 mana, isn't it? It's a 10/10 for 10 mana, I think. They misplayed, right? You can only go get a... search your library for a creature card with mana value equal to the number of counters. Are there any 9 mana? Yeah, there's no 9 mana cards in this set. There's 10 mana. I think that's the Tarask, but it doesn't even feel like that's what they're trying to do. Attacking. Yeah, not attacking. Okay. Maybe they thought that you can go get a creature up to that amount of mana. Okay, here we go. We can Manticore. That's only a 2/1, but they're gonna attack with that freaking 4/4. I just keep putting pressure, so... Alright, so if they attack with their Froghemoth with haste, I'll block with my blocker. It'll have some damage dealt to it. Target creature cannot attack. Fine. Doesn't matter. Yeah, you shouldn't really play that. If they attack with their... If they put their 10th mana... They stopped... Okay, so that card is worthless now. They put 9 counters on it, and there's no creatures they can get for it. So, that was a mistake. Okay, hopefully here's the plan. I block it with the Herbalist to deal a little bit of damage, flash in the Manticore, and that deals the final damage. Each opponent exiles a card from the top of their library. Okay, fine. They will mill me for a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't mill me too badly. Okay, fine. I got milled a bunch. Who cares? We'll look at what's in there later. They're reading their own card. It is complicated. You should attack because it's got trample. I've only got one blocker and you need to get my life down. Hey, Stevie. Oh yeah, thank you for hanging out then. I will dedicate this victory to you. So here's the big brain combo. They are going to hit me for 1. They're going to exile one of my things. Get a counter on itself. I will flash in a Manticore, and who cares how many counters you have, because the Manticore will strike you down. Nice. Okay, ooh, Vorpal Blade. Yep, Instrument of the Bards is worthless. Totally worthless. I have a flyer. That's a tapped creature, worthless. This is for power. Oops, actually it's pausing. Nah, never mind. That's just pausing for them to do their Bard artifact, but there we go. Alright, there you go, Stevie. Dream about that victory when you go to bed. Thanks for coming to hang out. And oh, look at that. I'm in Bronze Tier 2. Undefeated. This 4-color monstrosity deck is currently undefeated. 2 wins. Two wins equals 2 packs and 250 gems. So I struggled a little bit on the black mana on that, but I was able to get all the tricks to happen. So I've got okay, here's my Herbalist to ramp, good, turn 2. There's my drop to remove, there's my Venture card. Yeah, seems to be doing stuff so far. Single blue mana eventually. So this field is cool because you can also, there's a big sleeping dragon in the corner. If you tap that dragon, it then wakes up. So black blocker, as long as Doorhole Champion is equipped, it gets played. Okay, so they're going with some sort of equipment deck. That's a 3/1. I will obviously not trade. Guess I'll just precipitously drop it. They have 3 mana. They have a containment. Ah, man. Fine. Is there any way for me to get rid of that? Well, I might be able to get rid of it eventually. Return a non-land permanent, maybe. Yeah, we can wait. Double black for that Vorpal. Yeah, destroy target enchantment. Yeah, pick that. Choice 2, destroy target enchantment. That'll be the big brain play. Okay. It's just a plain old 2-2. I don't think they've got a combat trick. I don't see them passing priority or holding priority, so that's nothing. Double white. I could hold my Manticore. Let's see if they do it again. If they attack for no reason, I can flash in the Manticore and finish off. Yeah, let's try that. Even if they have a and now, do they have a combat trick now? No, they don't. Okay, fine. Your funeral. Treasure. Equip. Six damage in the air. They have a lot of white mana. I wonder if they have double. I wonder if they have two colors, but then they're. Yeah, it looks like they're not quite getting all of the colors that they need, perhaps. 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 damage next turn. There's their blue mana. I mean green mana. And that is a 2/4. Who cares? Okay, so let's do this. Let's pass. No, I don't have black mana to pass it over, so I wanted to pass that on to Innkeeper. So that's a 4/2. I don't think they can do 18. Yeah, so this is game over, right? Unless they have Plummet. Just go for it all. Sure. Alright, dungeon crawling. Okay, undefeated, 3 games. 3-0 so far. And that is 2 packs and 1,000 gems. This is doing a lot better than I thought. Do I need to throw more caution to the wind and play multiple colored decks in the future? No, because this this deck came together with a lot of mana fixing. It's got the Evolving Wilds, it's got treasure production, so that's why 4 colors would work here. Not every set does well with 4 colors. Oops, getting paired with a silver player. Okay, so they go first. Everything's pretty bad here. If I get my 3rd mana, I can get that apprentice. If I get a green mana, I'm on the draw. If I get a white mana, it's all in the heart of the cards. Thank you. So I'm on the draw. They also scribe us. They're playing red with haste. Okay, so we've We got the haste deck this time, and then I'm missing kind of some of my colors, so that's the treasure. Single blue. I can bounce back there. If they get a good haste creature, I can tap their creature. They have 4 mana. Hopefully they spend all that 4 mana. Oh, there it is. Okay. Well, for the moment, I know I'm gonna be able to charm sleep on next turn. So if I charm sleep that singer at the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature gets +1 until end of turn. They have to recast it. Let's toss it back. Am I seeing the chat? What's going on in the chat? Yeah, I'm looking. Alright, so I keep missing. Keep missing the land drops. I'm definitely getting aggroed. Oh, I see that. That's your question. Sorry, I thought it sounded like you were saying, "Are you seeing your chat? Someone is saying bad words." But I see what you're saying is that is the chat popping up on screen. I think I've been seeing it most of the time so far. Hopefully I get a white mana. Hopefully I get a white mana so that so they're obviously going to torch that, but that treasure will help. This Warhound can go get me a Plains. The Plains can help me bring that Pegasus. I should probably stop the bleeding. Great. All right. No attacks. Okay. There we go. Evolving Wilds to go get green. And hopefully they don't top deck into another direct damage spell. so here's the big brain play. I'm gonna attack with both. I'm gonna block this, flash in my Guardian. That protects my Innkeeper. That stopped that. Okay, I can block the... I can use the Dryad. I can use the Dryad to block. I'm just thinking very hard at this point if it's all worth it to all these shenanigans. Okay, so that's my final forest. Keep a land in my hand just in case. Zorn, do not want. Oh, that just makes treasures. That's not so bad. I don't have double white. Actually, what happened? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. There's my freaking double white. I need removal. Where's my removal? And then eventually when I get my living land, alright, we're gonna get some goblins here. 2 goblins. Okay, things are not looking good. Just have a blocker. Well, I guess we'll go down swinging. My instinct right now would be just like, let's finish it off because... Well, I knew that as soon as it was the mono, as soon as it was red and haste and all of that, it would be annoying. And then I got a lot of bad mana. The mana never quite flowed. Okay, I've got the drop for removal. I'm gonna play it the hard way. So priest, if I get white, 2 mana. Are they gonna do the make me discard card or the see my hand and make me discard? No, it's just a 3/2. But we'll get rid of it. Let's read it carefully. Whenever a creature dealt damage by this dies, you create a whatever. Okay, yeah, let's get rid of that. Then we'll scry and then treasure. Okay, there's green. That will help with the dryad. Play the dryad, sacrifice it right away, go get another forest. Yeah, it's a 2/1. Whenever this attacks roll, it either gains death touch or pluses or whatever. Okay, fine. Let's play that. I guess I'll use that. Actually, I'll use that as a blocker and then sacrifice to go get... I'll use it as a blocker and then I'll sacrifice it to go get the land. Save a little bit of damage if they don't remove it. Maybe they'll precipitous drop it, and then in response I will sacrifice it. Alright, so they're going to go for it. What? Amazing, they got a 12, so a +1 and death touch. Fine. And what else? Block that. Still have something to respond to. What are they passing? What are they holding priority on? It's 4/3 skeleton. I'm kind of missing the wrong colors again. If this can get through, it will make treasure, but let's just take out that powerful attacker. Unless they have a response. Fine. No one plays that card, but they do. Alright, so that will draw me a card, give me a life, give me a blocker. That will be a flyer plus venture for a treasure. That treasure can let me cast that elemental, but I have to wait 1 turn. With that elemental, I'll toss back the skeleton, I guess. 2 mana left. Cridle. Does that do anything valuable? Deals combat damage, they mill and such. Fine. Bring in another blocker. Have to recast the skeletons. Cards in hand. One is the same skeleton, one might be a good card, which looks like they do have. Another Grim whatever. Have their own air elemental. Fine. Bounce back my priest. I will love that. Fine. We're just gonna get into a bounce war. They cannot pay anything. Haha. Okay. And I don't have any more treasure. EA. So I'll be able to bounce back that flyer. Null Hunter's pretty weak. Really need to top deck something useful. If I don't get a blue, if I don't get a swamp, if I don't get an island or something that affects the battlefield, I have to quit because it's going to be a waste of time. I'm already down at 7 life, and if I can't do anything to affect the board, well, I guess that will save 1 turn, and then they'll bounce back there. They'll bounce me back again. We'll just do a bounce back war for a moment. So they need to either summon their... Okay, they'll probably summon their skeleton... No, okay, fine. A little bit of life drain on that. Return a permanent back to my hand. What can I get out of my... I can bring back the ancient lore. That'll give me a card and a life. Or I can bring back the drop. The drop won't kill that, but it'll let me venture until the next point here. If I venture, I can -4 something that won't be too useful, gain a little bit of life. Alright, so they might play their own Air Cult Elemental, bouncing back mine, but then that attacker won't do anything. Next turn yeah, so this is just kind of twiddling. Oops, actually, oh, that's going to return itself. Okay, but they can't play it. Manticore. Okay. You done messed up, kid. No one expects the Manticore. We probably want to cast that life trainer, although 2 life is not 0 life. Maybe they want to get impressive with a 4-3. Exactly. I haven't played any videos up to this point, but would be a good one. Alright, so they double casted stuff. Ooh, okay. Charmed Sleep will be perfect to get that out of the way. And then what does that do? If you would roll dice, roll multiple dice. Okay, fine. I can't even attack with this because they'll just block. That's funny. That this is just a stalemate here, so fine. They'll cast their life drainer. Have a blocker in the air. 2 blockers will double team. It's pretty funny how my creatures are too weak to kill theirs. Yeah, don't look at your pixie guide, it's all about dice. Okay, interesting. They probably have a combat trick. Why would they definitely send that at me? Yeah, they've got a combat trick. But we're just very close to the end of things. Oh, no combat trick. Okay, fine. I need 1 more blocker, so here's a blocker with Death Touch. And First Strike. No, it's only First Strike on my turn. Man. Hopefully they get scared and don't attack with... because I've got 2 blockers. Ward. Okay, that's annoying. Yeah. So they do have to definitely... I definitely have to block this. Oh yes, do I have enough to pay for it all? That would be 6 mana in total, and I have 6 mana, so... Who cares about your ward? The only ward that I care about is Ward Cleaver, which I believe is the Beaver's dad from Leave It to Beaver. 2 life. This is what's going to happen. They're going to cast 1 more of those Vampire Drainer guys, and then just kill me from the vampire hitting the battlefield. I don't think this deck has any way to gain life. No, it does. If I venture, I can gain a little bit of life. If I complete this dungeon and then go start the dungeons again, I can choose the path of gain 1 life. Do they have amazing strategies, or are they so angry that they had me this close that now that they will rope me? So it's either that they have an amazing strategy that they're calculating, or they're roping me out of anger. If we can turn this game around, I've got 2 life and they've got nearly 20 more life than me, and if I can turn this game around, this will be... That's probably what happened. The third possibility, of course, is that their internet connection broke. But what a convenience that the moment the victory slipped from their fingers is when their internet connection broke. So clearly they are roping me. Fine. Well, the opponent thinks very carefully about their life choices. Here is the... yeah. There's still a lot of things that need to come into play. They need to not top deck anything else that's good. I need to... even if I get my land that becomes a living dragon, I lose 1 turn because it comes in tapped. And there's a lot that needs to happen, but we'll see. So I haven't done the question of the day. Let's pick the wrong day and answer. Ask a question. What or how would you describe your victory dance? Well, this one's perfect for this response right here. That's my victory dance right there. Duke Deuce. Singing about Crunk Ain't Dead. That's my victory dance. Dancing on top of the console while everyone in the studio is having a lot of fun. Yes, the opponent decided that victory was within my grasp, but then the magic algorithm took it away from me, and I will rope them out. But they do build in a time limit about, yeah, you keep roping your opponent like this and you're gonna lose. And that's exactly what happened. So it would be epic. It was epic. It was completely... You'd have a dad-like victory dance. That sounds like a good one. Yeah, so these last 2 games felt a little on the edge regarding mana because of 4 colors. And the first 2, all of the colors were within my grasp. But this one I was really on the ropes until they decided that the Magic Arena algorithm hated them. Okay, well, got another victory. Four wins is 1,400 gems plus 3 packs. Only 1 loss so far. So here's something fun that I bought. This is so frivolous, but it was fun. I bought on eBay. Go to full screen. Thank you. This is a film strip from an authentic Hollywood movie. It's not going to show up on the camera, probably at all. Let me try this. So hopefully this doesn't blind you, but it might vaguely be. There we go. Now it's visible. Check it out. This is a film strip from Batman Returns, the classic 1992 Tim Burton movie with Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. So it's a film strip with 4 frames. Oops. 4 frames. I have to do this backwards. But 4 frames of the movie right there. I do have a film scanner, and I scanned it, and so I own a little piece of Batman Returns. Oh, I'm up against a gold player now. So that's fun. I bought that. I thought that was very interesting. I saw that on eBay, that it's these film strips. Okay, so they've got the life gain deck. They've got the life gain deck. Okay. So I have a film scanner and I scanned those frames and then played with it in Photoshop, and it was very cool. And you've got the equipment. Okay, so it's life gain plus equipment. Okay, so once they equip that veteran, I can bounce it back. No, I need, this is a tap, so I need to tap it before they attack. Let's go get some lands. Need to bring down their life total a bit. So hopefully they equip. Huh. Not equipping. Fine. They should have equipped. Okay, Twitch Willow, she can make me drop more lands. I can draw a card and play a land. So 1/3, that can block the 2/1. So I guess at this point they will attach the, if they'll probably attach the mace onto that flyer, and then I can't block that flyer. Well, I can flash in the Manticore. Okay, I can try that. Manticore takes 4 mana to flash in. Yep, they're equipping. What are you equipping? Alright, so that's gonna be menacing. For menace. So I can block with that Herbalist and play my land. I think what I need to do here is... Where's my green man? Okay, green plus blue. Play Gretchen. Tap 4 to draw another card. Play another land. So that veteran is going to get really big. So it's all coming down to that menacing veteran. Well, as long as I get my kill spell, we'll be okay. It's not a kill spell. Okay, well. draw something good? Not really. Well, we'll block. This has trample, so that's not really going to help too much. Well, if I triple block, I can absorb all that damage. Okay, they're going to go for it with only one. Okay, let's double block. Still 3 damage that we'll get through, so yeah, that's gonna be horrible. A permanent. Fine. And Evolving Wilds. Okay, well this is game over. Yeah, GG. Didn't get my removal in time. And then got an Evolving Wilds. So, okay, next. They got lucky with, well, they were fortunate, I mean, in terms of that they got a lot of equipment. And then they got the orc that really thrives with equipment. Don't tell me it's another haste deck. Alright, so that's a direct damage spell. Was the previous deck also Rakdos? Great. So they're going to take the best card here. So that single red mana, that's a shock, right? So they're just going to torch this Null Hunter. It's a 4/3. I'm pretty far away from any Charmed Sleep. Hopefully I get a... Okay, well, that eventually will be useful. And now it's got first strike, okay. Alright, so what can we do to get out of this? This is pretty bad. I'm not going to be able to get Charmed Sleep for a long time. That Pegasus is going to be a 2-3, which is still not going to be able to block that first striker. I'm going to have to double strike, double block that 4-3, then they'll venture. I could bring in my, if I get blue, I can bring in that apprentice. I can tap a creature if I get blue, so I really need to get an island. I don't know. It's not going to work out. And I don't know what the opponent's got that they keep holding up mana, so forget it. Alright, well, let's claim the prizes of this this deck, which worked a little bit better than I would have thought. And it got up to 4 wins. Yeah, 4 wins. So let's claim those prizes. 1,400 gold. It costs 1,500 to enter, but here's 1,400. I didn't pay the 1,500, I paid the gold, not the gems. Gems are much more valuable. And then we'll go open the packs. And then that's going to be about 4 hours of streaming, so that'd be a good spot to finish up, actually. So we'll open some digital cards here and wrap up for the night. First pack. There's that Ghast. It's a 1/1 for 1. When it dies, make a treasure. Or put -1. That art there is hilarious. Half-elf monk. It's Icy Manipulator on a creature. And that little hyena guy's getting tapped out. Leather armor, give your creature +1 and ward, and a free equip cost. Oh, this is interesting. It's got equip of 0, which can only be done once per turn. So you cannot even pay a regular. You can't even pay you can't even pay some amount of mana to pass it around. Secret Door, Defender 04, Venture, Ranger's Longbow. That's cool art. Give a creature +2/+1 and reach. So my graphic design degree tells me that this is one of the many unfortunate instances of someone not putting the little bit of extra care to properly design something. This says, equipped creature gets +2/+1 and has reach. That is known as a, I forget, either a widow or an orphan. It's one of those two terms. And one means it's one final letter at the end of a paragraph, I mean word, or one sentence at the end of the paragraph. Aesthetically, it's awkward that there's one word, reach, on one line by itself. Easy fix is that you simply move the word has down to the next line, because it is a complete thought. Equipped creature gets +2/+1 and has reach. Has reach is a complete thought on the next line. So that is only for like really nerdy graphic design folks out there, but that is one of the examples. And I've seen it in other places, even, well, oh, there it is, Graveyard as well. The thing is, when you've got a block of text, graphic design theory says you should have on your final line enough text so that it reaches past at least the halfway point of your block of text. So right here, imagine a line dividing the text box right in the middle through the word each and non-land. That's the halfway point. You should have text below on the final line at least up to that halfway point, or else there is a subconscious, awkward graphic design fail right there. So in this case also, draw a card for each different mana value among non-land cards, and the line there, in your graveyard. They should have moved the in your graveyard to the next line. as a complete thought. And I've seen somewhere else on some other card that is just the number 1. It is so awkward. It's a sentence and it says scry, new line, 1. Just a very awkward single character number 1 plus the period, the full stop. That is very bad. I've seen it else a lot of places. You can tell that they just programmed the thing about, okay, Arena, put the text in this box, who cares? But that is a little bit of extra special graphic design care that if someone really cares about design, they need to do that. It's not automatic. There's no real computer system that's smart enough to do it. It's on a manual level. So, Dancing Sword, that is pretty horrific art. That goblin's arm is completely getting cut off. No blood, however, because this is a kid's game. Equipped creature gets +2/+1. When equipped creature dies, you may have this sword become a 2/1 artifact with ward 1, and then it's no longer equipment. It's kind of interesting. So it can be equipment, and then eventually it may become a creature. Interesting. Next pack. I like the art on Gloom Stalker a lot. It feels, however, more like Kaldheim art. I bet you this was Kaldheim art that they repurposed. And I'm surprised that this is the first time after 35 years of Magic that there's a card that is simply called Fly. There's Flight, but never Fly. And the rare here, Ranger class. All of these classes do very, very well. 2 mana, make a wolf, and then pay 2 more mana to level it up. Whenever you attack, permanently put a +1 counter on one attacker. And then 4 mana, you may cast spells from the top of your library. And the last pack. Ooh, got 2 wild cards. Black Dragon, give 1 creature -3/-3 when it enters. And the rare is a treasure chest. You have to pay 4 and sacrifice it and then roll. So you pay 7 mana in total. And what could happen is, if you pay 7 mana and you randomly roll a die, and if it lands on a 1, you lose 3 life. If it lands between 2 and 9, you create 5 treasures. So you paid 7 mana to get 3 treasures. If you get between 10 and 19, you gain 3 life and you draw 3 cards. And if you get the perfect 20, search your library for a card. If it's an artifact, you may put it directly onto the battlefield. Otherwise, put it into your hand, then shuffle. So way too much risk. I mean, way too much risk for very little reward. I wouldn't gamble on this. I'm not really a gambling man, but this is too much of a gamble. Maybe it's fun, but it's not going to win you games. Okay, well, we'll wrap up at this point. Hopefully people enjoyed the stream and the cards and the gameplay and the snack chat and all that good stuff. I have 2 minutes before it's exactly 4-hour long stream, so let's try to talk for 2 minutes. No, I'm tired. Let's wrap it up at this point, and thanks everyone for coming to hang out. Don't forget to check out the YouTube stuff. The Monday Magic Minutes are fun, where it's a vintage card that everyone forgot about, but I resurrect them from my notebooks up there, and I put those out. So see you all on the Discord throughout the week and such, and we'll be back next week for more Magic gameplay and all the stuff that goes with it. Take care, everyone.